I had an attempt to take my life away. I was working at the pharmacy during the day, working Friday, Saturday, Sunday with Alex Sensation. And I was also now independently booking other clubs, and I would roll up and go to work and have blunts with me in the clubs. I would be sometimes working, filming with a blunt in my mouth and just filming. It got bad. I gained a lot of weight. I stopped going to the gym. I started eating shitty. I was eating McDonald's, Burger King, all the fast food, all that stuff. When the pandemic hit, my life was like, what the fuck?
No clubs.
No clubs. And that was all I was doing, bro. I was depending on these clubs. The world shutting down for the next 2 weeks. I went and I bought like 3 ounces of weed. It was just my way of escaping realities of life. I would smoke so much that you start just thinking about like, you're like, damn, man, I feel like a loser. I feel so bad. I'm like, I'm still fat or overweight. My career, I don't have that much money, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Okay. I started to get very depressed. I felt like nothing anymore. One night, man, my anxiety got so bad. I was like, I want to go out and just hang out for a little bit, get my mind off of things. I went to try to meet up with Camilo. And then halfway there, I texted him. I was like, hey, man, I'm sorry I'm not going to make it. I'm not feeling well. He's like, are you good? I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. I'm just not feeling good. I'm going to go home. I turned the car around, and I was on the highway, and I had a severe, crazy anxiety attack to the point where I was like, fuck this. I was doing like 110, 115, and I took my seatbelt off, and I closed my eyes. And I yelled so loud in the car. And when I opened up my eyes, I was this close to hitting the divider. And I hit the brake. I cut the wheel a little bit. And I got off in the first exit I could. And I just broke down. Wow. And at that point, I was like, I don't care if I die or not. Wow. My life is meaningless at this point. I ended up calling my best friend. My best friend saved my life. He drove to my house immediately. And he's like, bro, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, I feel worthless, man. I feel shit. And he's like, yo, dude, I need you. I just had the baby. I need you here. You're an uncle. That's my best friend, so that's my niece. And those words kind of like opened my eyes a little bit. He helped me go to a hospital. The very next day, I was booked to film an event with Alex Sensation. They wanted to keep me in the hospital overnight, and I'm like, no, I can't. I have a contract that I have to oblige by. Very next day, I got dressed. I put on a smile, and I went to film. Wow. And nobody ever knew anything. 2 weeks later, a good friend of mine, man, she was such a good soul. Her name was Kim. She was 22 years old. She was working 2 jobs, nightlife and her day job, burnt out as well. Got in a really bad car accident and died. That broke me so much. Oh. She didn't deserve that. She had her whole life ahead of her. And I was selfish enough that I was at a mental point where I wanted to take my life just because